So this is going to be the question from marginal costing, AS level accounting, marginal costing 9706. And this question has come in which October, November 23. So October, November 23 is the 23 is the October, November year, and 23 is the variant. So let's do that. They manufactures two products, I and B. He operates a system of marginal costing. Explain one difference between marginal costing and absorption costing. So difference is that absorption costing takes into account all production cost as a part of product cost, whereas marginal costing takes in only variable cost of production. Second, in absorption costing, we use to find gross profit, right? After subtracting cost of sale from sales. But in marginal costing, we subtract variable cost from sale to get contribution. Marginal costing is used for decision making. It's not a costing method. Absorption costing, also known as full costing, is a proper costing method. Marginal costing is not a costing method acceptable in international accounting standard, whereas absorption costing is acceptable in international accounting standard and also for tax purposes. Explain one difference between a direct cost and indirect cost. Direct cost is a cost which becomes the integral part of the product or which can be directly attributable to the product or traceable from the product. Indirect cost is not directly attributable to the product, like rent, factory, building, and all overhead cost is basically indirect cost. State the meaning of the following term. Break-even point is the point where we have neither a profit nor a loss. Margin of safety is the number of units that can be decreased before going into loss, or actual units sold minus break-even units sold. State three situations where marginal costing can help in decision making: accept or reject decision, make or buy decision, accepting an order below normal selling price, while calculating break-even point and margin of safety. It is used for decision making. Discontinuation of a product, उसमें भी यूज होता है. एक्सेप्ट और रिजेक्ट डिसीजन में भी डिसकंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ ए प्रोडक्ट की भी, कि हम एक प्रोडक्ट को डिसकंटिन्यू करें या ना करें. फिर when there is a limiting factor, optimum use of limiting resources, we use marginal costing technique. Optimum use of limited resources. Let's start the question. Their business operates from one rented factory. The forecast data for the year ended 31st December 2024 is as follows. Revenue is given 60,000 units at $11, 6,60,000. Revenue 80,000 units at 8.5, 6,80,000. Direct material, direct labor, supervisor, fixed salaries, variable overheads, fixed factory overhead, profit is given. So there are two products, I and B. Let me see. Okay. The fixed factory overheads are allocated on the basis of units produced. So fixed factory overheads are allocated on the basis of units produced, right? Yani fixed factory overheads. There are two types of fixed factory overheads. Supervisor fixed salaries, this is fixed overhead, and fixed factory overhead is also given over here, 33 and 44. They are basically allocated according to the units consumed, right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference to the question. Calculate the break-even point in units for I. So let's calculate break-even point units for I. That is total fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. So let's calculate total fixed cost. That is for I, 60,000 plus 33,000. So that is going to be 93,000 total fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Let me tell you once again, 60,000. Total fixed cost is 60,000, supervisory fixed salaries, and 33,000. So 93,000. Divide by contribution per unit. You have to calculate contribution per unit. I selling price is 11. So can you please tell me 11 minus variable cost per unit? 11 minus direct material per unit, 192,000 divided by 60,000. So let's calculate that. 192,000 divided by 60,000, that is 3.2. Then 156,000 divided by 60,000. That is 2.6. Then variable overheads, 1,14,000 divided by 60,000. That is 1.9. Right? That's it. Now we can calculate the contribution per unit. 11 minus 3.2 minus 2.6 minus 1.9. So that is going to be 3.3. So 93,000 divided by 3.3 is equal to break-even point in units for I. 11 minus 3.2 minus 2.6 and minus 1.9. Okay. So 93,000 divided by 3.3. So answer is 28182. 28182 units is going to be the break-even point for I. So it means that we are currently selling 60,000 units of I. So we are quite above the break-even point. So we are quite above the break-even point, almost by 30,000 units. So it's quite amazing. Let's go move forward. Calculate the break-even point in units for B. Let's calculate the break-even point for B. The fixed cost for B is going to be, I will add the supervisory fixed salaries and the fixed factory overhead. So if you add them up, you will get 79,000. So fixed cost is 79,000. Divided by contribution per unit, you will calculate 8.5, right? I will calculate here. Selling price is 8.5 minus direct material per unit. I have to calculate, my dear. 2,56,000 divided by 80,000. 256,000 divided by 80,000. That is 3.2 minus 2,08,000 divided by 80,000. That is 2.6. Then 152,000 divided by 80,000. That is 1.9 minus 1.9. So you will get the break-even point. That is 8.5 minus 3.2 minus 2.6 and minus 1.9. That is 0.8. So 0.8 is going to be the contribution per unit for B. So fixed cost is 79,000, 0.8 we will divide. We will get the, let's calculate it, 79,000 divided by 0.8, 98750, 98750 units. हम कितना सेल कर रहे हैं currently? 80,000 units we are selling. That is why we are selling 80,000 units and the break-even point of B will be at 98750 units. So we are selling less than break-even point. That's why we are sustaining a loss in B of 15,000. In the production of B, and we are selling 80,000 units of B, we are facing a loss of 15,000. Why? Because the break-even point we will get at 98750 units. हम तो उससे भी कम सेल कर रहे हैं, तो लॉस ही होना है ना. आगे जी. Dave is concerned about the forecast loss for B. He is considering two options because we are facing a loss in B. So he is considering two options. Option one, replace the current model B with an upgraded model B. Increase the selling price of B by 10%. So let's do that. So selling price of B will be upgraded, increased by 2% because we are going to produce a better version. So selling price of B is 8.5 into 10%. It is going to be 0.85. We will add 8.5 plus 0.85. How much we'll get? 8.5 plus 0.85. That is 9.35. 9.35. Okay. Next, the selling price is 9.35. Increase the direct material price by 0.45 per unit using an upgraded material. So let's see. The material price is 3.2. पर कहाँ लिखी हुई है बेटा? ये निकाली हुई है ना मैंने यहाँ से contribution जो निकाला था. Selling price minus variable cost per unit. So I can use the amount from there. So that is 3.2 plus 0.45 because there is an increase in the direct material cost by 0.45 per unit. So now what is going to be 3.2 plus 0.45, that is 3.65. Now we are going to have labor. Labor is going to be the same. There is no change in labor. Okay, then I will write the labor also, direct labor. Oh, sorry. Direct labor is going to be, that is 2.6, and variable cost, variable overhead actually, that will also be the same, that is 1.9, because there is no change in that. It is not given in the question also. Pay 18,000 for an advertising campaign to announce the upgraded model. So fixed cost, 18,000 of fixed cost will increase. They believe that this will result in a 20% increase in units of B sold. So we will have a more, we can sell more units now. Previously, we were selling 80,000 units. Now there is going to be increase in 20% in these units. So it will become 16,000 units. There is increase. And now we are going to sell 96,000 units. So we are selling 96,000 units. There is increase in fixed cost. I can write here. Increase in fixed cost of B, 18,000, right? And units sold are 96,000. So let's calculate what the question is, examiner is asking us. Let's see that what he is going to ask us. Option 2, forget about option 2. Forget about option 2. Calculate the revised total profit of the business if option 1 is adopted. Most of the students have done this question wrong. Why, sir? Because it is written calculate the revised total profit. It means whatever profit we are getting from A, it will still be included 1,05,000. But for B, now we are producing B in a different manner in order to avoid the loss of B. So let's calculate the profit of B, and then we will add the profit of A to get our total profit if option 1 is adopted. 96,000 multiplied by 9.35. So tell me the sales amount. Anyone? What is the amount of sales? 96,000 into 9.35. That is 897,600. Okay. Now less variable cost. I can write the variable cost directly also, but let's do the sequence way, the normal way. That will be the easier one because it will be more understandable actually. 96,000 multiplied by 3.65 is going to be the direct material. Direct labor, 96,000 units are producing. Direct labor is 2.6, same. Then 96,000 and variable overhead is going to be the same again. That is going to be 1.9. So can you please tell me the answers of this? So 96,000 into 3.65. This is 350400. Then 96,000 into 2.6, 249600. Oh, sorry. 249600. Then 96,000 into 1.9, 1182400. Okay, let's add them up. Yes, there is no other variable cost. Otherwise, I would have taken that also. So let's total them up. 350400 plus 249600 and 182,400. That is 782,400. So the total is going to be 782,400. Please recheck. नीम इसको check कर लेना साथ, क्योंकि मेरी calculation गलत हो सकती है. So contribution we can calculate now. That is going to be 897,600 minus 782,400. So 115,200 is the contribution less fixed cost. So let me subtract the fixed cost from here. Now, fixed cost of B is already there, which is we have calculated. We have calculated the break-even point after adding the fixed cost. That is 79,000. But there is an addition of fixed cost, 79,000 plus 18,000, because there is an increase in advertisement cost. 79,000 plus 18,000. So that is going to be 97,000. So fixed cost is going to be 97,000. And I will subtract it to get the profit we are going to get from B 115200, that is 18,200. Previously, we were having a loss of 15,000 from the production and sale of B, but now we are getting a profit of B 18,200, and profit from A is already there, which is 1,05,000. We will add them up because the examiner has asked us to find the total profit, not the profit we achieved through the production upgraded product of B, total profit of the business if option 1 is adopted. So let's add them up. So what is going to be the total profit if option 1 is adopted? That is 18,200 plus 105, 1,05,000, 123,200. So I'll write here 123,200. That is the profit for them. So we are done with that. Now the total profit is 123,200 if option 1 is adopted. Option 2, discontinue production of B. कहता B बंद ही कर दो. We are not going to produce B anymore. Make the supervisor of B redundant, thereby incurring redundancy cost of 6,000. Now the supervisor of B, the production supervisor of B, which is basically taking supervisor fixed salaries, 35,000, he will be redundant, and we are going to incur a redundancy cost of 6,000. So 6,000 will be there, but this 35,000 of supervisor fixed salaries of B, that will not be there anymore, because we are going to remove the supervisor, all supervisor of B, which basically cost us 35,000, which was fixed cost actually. लेकिन अब वो फिक्स कॉस्ट हम उनको निकाल रहे हैं और उनकी रिडंडेंसी कॉस्ट हमें पड़ रही है 6,000, जो कि हमें पे करनी पड़ेगी, which will increase the fixed cost actually. Right? Next, see. Then increase the advertising budget for I initially by 8,000. So advertising budget of I will increase by 8,000. So any fixed cost of I will increase by 8,000. And reduce the selling price of I by 0.44 per unit, ताकि ज़्यादा units बेच सके. And this will, they believe that this will result in 50% increase in units of I sold. Units of I will increase by 50%. So let's see how much units we are selling currently of I, that is 60,000. So now let's see, sales of 60,000 I is going to be 90,000, because 60,000 ka 50% will be 90,000, right? There is no change in selling price. I think selling price is 11. So that, let's see what is the amount of sales of I. We are not producing B anymore. B is no more a part of the game. So 90,000 into 11. Let's calculate it. That is 9,90,000 less variable cost. Direct material, direct labor, variable overheads. Now let's calculate. Direct material is 90,000 multiplied by 3.2. Then direct labor is going to be, there is increase in, I think, direct material cost. Let's check it out. Option 2, redundancy cost of B is there of 6,000. Increase the advertising budget. Fixed cost of A will increase by 8,000, and selling price of I by 0.44 per unit. So selling price is going to decrease. So that is not 11. So here we are wrong actually. Selling price is not 11. It is decreased by 0.44. So let me calculate it. Selling price is now 11 minus 0.44. Let me calculate it. 11 minus 0.44. That is 10.56. So that will be the selling price. The units sold are increased by 50%, and the selling price is going to decrease by 0.44, which is 10.56 multiplied by 90,000. So the sales is going to be 950,400. Now the direct material is the same, 90,000 into 3.2. Direct labor is the same, 90,000 into 2.6. Variable overhead will be the same also. That is 90,000 into 1.9. सर ये आप कहाँ से ले रहे हैं? ये पर यूनिट ये मैंने निकाली हुई थी ना, 11 minus 3.2 minus 2.6 minus 1.9. मैंने contribution per unit निकाला था. In order to find the break-even point of I have used the same variable cost per unit for this option 2. आप लिख भी सकते हैं कि डायरेक्ट मटेरियल की पर यूनिट 3.2 है, डायरेक्ट लेबर की 2.6 है और वेरिएबल ओवरहेड की 1.9 है, क्योंकि वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट में कोई चेंज नहीं आ रहा ऑप्शन 2 के अंदर, फिक्स कॉस्ट में आ रहा है. ठीक है, वो हम फिर बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं कि क्या चेंज आ रहा है. लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड. इसकी अमाउंट निकाल लेते हैं. तो 90,000 इंटू 3.2, लेट्स डू दैट. 90,000, oh sorry, into 3.2, that is 2,88,000. Then 90,000 into 2.6, 2,34,000. Oh, sorry. Then 90,000 into 1.9, 171,000. Sorry. I will add them up. That will be the variable cost, total variable cost. 288,000 plus 234,000 plus 171,000. 693,000. 693,000. ठीक है. So I will subtract minus 950,400. So 2,57,400 is going to be the contribution. Okay. Now I will subtract less fixed cost from this. Now the fixed cost of I, is there any change? Yes, there is an 8,000 increase in fixed cost of I. We have already calculated fixed cost of I. How come, sir? Let me show you again. Fixed cost of I is supervisory fixed salary 60,000 and fixed factory overhead 33,000. That is 93,000. I have already written it over here, 93,000. So we are having that. Now there is increase in the fixed cost of I by 8,000. This 8,000 will increase because of advertisement. So I will write 93,000 plus 8,000. That is the fixed cost of I. The total will be how much? That is 93,000 plus 8,000, 101,000. Now I will subtract less fixed cost of B. सर वो कहां से आ गई? बेटा बी की फिक्स कॉस्ट खत्म थोड़ी हो जानी है. बी की फिक्स कॉस्ट भी आपको पे करनी पड़ेगी, बिकॉज फिक्स कॉस्ट जो है वो चेंज नहीं होती प्रोडक्शन के बढ़ने या कम होने से, वो तो रहनी है वो. बट जो बी की फिक्स कॉस्ट थी वो 79,000 थी एक्चुअली, जो आपको पे करनी थी. ऑप्शन ए को तो छोड़ दो ना आप. लेकिन वो कहता है कि हमने जो सुपरवाइजर थे उनको हमें पे करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बी के सुपरवाइजर्स को हमने रिडेंडेंट कर दी है, लेकिन हम उस पर रिडेंडेंसी कॉस्ट आ रही है 6,000. 6,000 that will be the cost of B which we have to pay even we are producing I only. 6,000 पे करना पड़ेगा, और जो फिक्स फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड है बी की वो भी पे करनी पड़ेगी 44,000. तो बी की कॉस्ट आपकी आएगी 44,000 फिक्स फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड, और सुपरवाइजरी की तो नहीं आएगी, लेकिन 6,000 रिडेंडेंसी कॉस्ट आपको पे करनी पड़ेगी. सो दैट विल बी 50,000. ये भी आपको माइनस करनी पड़ेगी, और आप बी तो बना ही नहीं रहे. यू विल गेट द प्रॉफिट फॉर द ईयर नाउ थ्रू ऑप्शन 2. So 257,400 minus 101,000 and minus 50,000. So the profit is going to be 106,400. So I will write here 106,400. So that will be the profit for the year. So obviously it clearly basically makes you realize that option 1 is the better one. Why? Because in option 1 we are basically producing product I also, the customer will be satisfied. Product I will continue to be produced. Product B will continue to be produced in the same manner, but we are converting the loss of product B in a profit of 18,200 rather than a loss of 15,000. But there is increase in fixed cost, obviously, and we have increased the selling price because upgraded product, more customers will be attracted in the future for B, and maybe the sale of B will increase more. Because we are going for a better quality of product, but sales might not decrease to 96,000. There is a possibility. Currently it is 80,000. We expect that it will increase to 96,000. Might not increase, right? Because we have increased the advertisement cost of 18,000, but still there is a chance. But I will produce in the same manner. So profit is 123,200, which is a good profit. If we'll go for option 2, we have a less profit of almost 20,000 or 17,000, which is 106400. But fixed cost of B will have to pay the fixed factory overhead of B. We are still going for advertisement, and we are able to sell 30,000, 50% increase in the production of I. So we are basically selling much more units of I by decreasing the selling price, right? So maybe the customer will not be able to purchase that much quantity of goods because they believe that because they decrease the selling price, maybe the quality is not the same, although the variable cost is the same, right? So we'll go for option 1, which is a more appropriate choice because maybe they are complementary goods. Some customers who are purchasing B, they are also purchasing I. So overall, we might not be able to increase the sales of I to 90,000 by 50%. So there is also a possibility. So I think that we should go for the option 1, where we are producing both units. And with the revised total profit of the business, option 2 is adopted. And why is which option he should choose? Justify your answer. So we are done with that question. And now we will move towards the next question, that is May, June 21, 23, right? And I basically want you to solve that question on your own. It's quite easy. May, June 21, 23. It's a quite easy question. It's the homework. May, June 21, 23 is the homework. You can do that at home. Okay. Inshallah, we'll go for the next class then. देख लें कोई problem है. If you have any problem, you can ask me. The question is right in front of you.